Hello everyone and welcome to The Vortex, where lies and falsehoods are trapped and exposed. I'm Michael Voris. As the election nears, a lot of emotions and pent-up anger and frustration is being vented. The political process provides such an avenue. However, the pent-up anger and frustration of many Catholics who have remained faithful does not have a natural vent. Every day, every single day, story after story pops up about a cowardly bishop or heretical nun or apostate priest saying whatever they want about the faith. In the meantime, many of the leaders who are charged with taking care of these problems do little or nothing to stem the tide. Other leaders, mainly bishops, but not just bishops, tromp all over the country, saying one thing to one group and something to an entirely different to another different group. Catholic university presidents run their campuses as if they were the original recipients of divine revelation and no one else. Faithful Catholics are fed up and irritated, and more than that, they're looking for an answer. Many simply no longer trust their bishop or pastor or school principal or diocesan committee of whatever, because they have been betrayed many, many times by them, or rather, the faith that they cling to has been betrayed. With every motivation other than the correct one, the saving of souls, many in church leadership positions in many dioceses just go about their business as though nothing was happening except that the money was dwindling. And many faithful Catholics, many, are of the opinion that for numerous people in the church in positions of leadership, that keeping the wheels of the institution well-oiled is the only thing that they care about. This is why, many suspect, that very little is ever said from the pulpit about the hard issues like premarital sex, cohabitation, divorce, and remarriage. Nothing is said about these eternal issues, many suspect, because of a fear that if you say something, the collection plate will dry up, and what a mess we'd be in then, right? Our blessed Lord did not establish the Catholic Church to be a bank. Of course, it takes financial resources to operate. We understand this. No one is saying anything differently. But when the attachment to those resources becomes too great, then watch out. I've often wondered about the annual meeting at the Chancery. You know, the one where they look at the objective, hardcore, real-life numbers, the ones that don't lie, when that report goes thud on the desk and they've got to look at the hard numbers. Wouldn't you like to be a fly on the wall in that meeting? Imagine it. The annual report hits the bishop's desk and all of his council. They review it and have some rather bad numbers staring them in the face. More parish closings are needed, fewer priests, less Catholics getting married, fewer baptisms, staff layoffs, on and on. What exactly do they all look at each other and say at these meetings? Must be a change in demographics. I think we need a new advertising campaign. It's the economy. It's the secular culture. How about you haven't preached the truth with all its boldness, you've abandoned the flock entrusted to your care, you've let the secularism you claim to fight take over your shrinking, disappearing parishes and schools, and now you're confused. Better start a diocesan fundraising appeal, better get the Bishops' Conference to take up a new national collection. The church is tumbling down all around us for one reason and one reason only. The faith itself has been relegated to the back of the bus, not taught in schools, barely mentioned at Sunday Mass, abandoned to the culture by the very people in charge of advancing it, and not only many of the bishops, but their staffs of lay and religious bureaucrats. We've gotten so many emails from Catholics who say they've written their bishops about one disgrace after another, and they never hear back from them. Or if they do, it's a ping letter or it's dismissive. Whatever the case, nothing ever changes. The same ridiculous material keeps getting taught at the school or the RCIA program, etc. Well, it's coming up on that time of year again, when Catholics are going to start hearing about the need to cough up more money to feed the machine, to continue the apostolic work. Based on the mood sweeping over the whole country, in politics as well as theology, I wouldn't be surprised at all to see those donations start to go down. The cup that runneth over among faithful Catholics is not one of giving money to ensure the status quo. It's one demanding accountability and a return to what the church should be about. The demand for fiscal responsibility and overall accountability is not limited to politics this year. In politics, you vote with your vote. In the church, you vote with your donations. God bless you. I'm Michael Voris.
Please help us keep delivering these kinds of messages that so desperately need to be heard and acted on. Join RealCatholicTV.com today as a premium subscriber. Become immersed in the faith established by Jesus Christ. The Catholic Church is the only hope against evil because that is its God-given mission. As our Lord said, apart from me, you can do nothing. Join RealCatholicTV.com today as a premium subscriber and come to learn and love Christ more deeply.